let's talk about something. There are a lot of people that'll make one video, 2 videos, 3 videos, and that's about where they leave it at. They're all over YouTube. You can go look for channels that have not done nothing over the years. And those are the ones that are not being consistent, because you can post videos pretty much every day and you're going to get some traction. A lot of people are having that hard time finding that niche, and I'm not going to talk about so much more about the niches today. We've talked about niches and what they're all about. The real issue with people is not finding that niche, it's just getting started. People have a hard time getting started to do a lot of things in life. But when it comes to YouTube, some people are just not, they have a lot of doubt. They have a lot of fear. Is anyone going to look at my videos? Well, I can guarantee you, I can literally guarantee you, you post a 10, 15, 20-minute video as your first one, you're going to get some views. Now you need to post another one the next day or one the same day. That's where people start slacking off at. They're not staying up on top of it. They're not getting enough videos out to get traction. And so there's a lot of people out there. If you're watching this, I know you're interested in doing YouTube videos. It's not hard. We're not going to talk about that anymore. I've done told you this is simple with AI. It's the motivation part. People have a lot of doubt. You know, do I have the right shirt on? Do I have the right, is my hair done just right? Am I looking good? I'm all polished. And they're afraid of people looking at them and looking at them in a negative way. I have no fear. I'm too old to have a lot of fear about that. I am what I am, and I'm doing what I'm doing. And I've told you that anyone can do what I'm doing if I can do it. So is people being motivated. They know they want to do something. Yes, they've thought about it for years, like I did. I thought about doing YouTube for years and never got off the couch and did anything with it. Now I'm knee deep. I'm almost a hip deep into this, and that's because after doing those first several videos and seeing that first response and seeing the next response from the next video and the next response, and you're starting to get comments, you're starting to get some subscriptions, you start seeing that momentum start gaining, then it gives you that motivation to do the next one and the next one. And that's the easy part, is doing the next one and the next one. It's getting people to get off the couch and do that first one. It's not that hard to do what we're doing out here, what I'm doing out here, especially because I'm doing it as simple. If you follow me on this here, I'm showing you how to do it as simple and as easy and as cheaply as it's possibly to do this right now. What I'm using doesn't cost me $75, $80 a month for the little add-ons I've got on some of these things. And I can do literally video after video, video after video. If I had the time and didn't have to work doing this Uber crap, I would, and I could sit down in front of a computer like I used to do back when I used to do websites back in the 90s and the early 2000s. If I could sit down at a computer 8 hours, 10 hours a day, I'd have this is, once you've done it that much, I've told you, it gets simpler and simpler. Once you do that first video, that's the hardest part, is getting someone to do that first video. Once you've done that first video and you've got it up and loaded up on YouTube and you see that first little bit of response, it's so simple to do that second video, to do that third video, to do the fourth video, to do the fifth one. And by the time you've done the sixth and seventh one, the way that you're going about doing it has gotten simple. Then you can start adding some of these other features in that you may want to do later. You don't have to start out that way. Start out simple. People are not going to remember your very first video. When you do a channel, very few people later in that channel's history are going to remember the first video or the second one or the third one or the fourth one. But once you start creating enough content, it's gotten so easy that you don't even remember that first video, how you stammered through the words, how you were nervous on camera, if that's what you were doing. If you're doing faceless, then you don't have to worry about nothing. But doing this right here, you can see how it can be a little intimidating to some people, uh, because they're worried about how they look on camera, how they sound on camera, how they coming across to the people that are watching. People are nervous about that. I completely understand that, because I went through that the first time I did a video, the second one, the third one. By the time I got to the fourth and fifth one, I was talking my ass off. I knew what I needed to say, and I wanted to say it. Here it is. I was more natural at what I was talking about. And some of the videos I've done, the best parts of them, as I've gone back and looked at them, was towards the last half. I'm still in that part of the first part, still trying to get where I'm trying to go, the conversation I'm trying to carry to people across. And it's simple. We've talked about that. Follow the directions. Be consistent. Eventually find you a good niche that you can see. And we've talked about the good ones. They're the evergreens. And I highly, highly recommend, if you're going to do this and you're wanting to make money for the long term, not right away. If you want to do right away, go do NBA, go do those kind of things that are getting kicked out of the park every day. Those videos are going to last for a month, and then they're going to fade away. But the evergreens are going to last for a month, and a second month, and a third month, and the third year, the fourth year, the fifth year. They're going to keep on growing what you started. So if you're interested in the NBA and those kind of things, and Major League Baseball or women's basketball, those kind of things, those are great ways to make money right away. You can copy and paste those guys all day long and do that. I have got where I'm focusing more on the long term, because that's such a hustle that you have to stay on top of those things. You have to stay in tune with those things. And if that's one of you, if you're one of the guys that follow NBA, if you're one of the guys that follow Major League Baseball, stats, that kind of stuff, those are maybe where you want to go with your niche. Don't get caught up in what I'm talking about. Just find something to do it. Copy someone out there that's doing it, and those are easy to find, especially if you're using the tools that I've given you down in the description here. If you're using InVideo, TubeMagic, VidIQ, ChatGPT, those are my 4 main base core things that I use continuously. That, along with Google Documents. After I do something on ChatGPT and it gives it to me the information, I just copy that from there and take it over and put it in a Google document. I can come back to that later. Google Documents, I've started using Canva a little bit, playing around with Canva. It does some great little things for me. So there are things I'm learning also in this YouTube experiment we're all going through. All I know is right now that YouTube's making it easy for us. And if you've ever thought about an income that could last you for a lifetime, you may want to consider those evergreens that I've mentioned before. They seem to be the ones that can last and last and last, and people are always going to be searching for, and people are always going to be looking at. And I'm looking at channels right now that are getting a couple 100,000 views per month on their 30 and 40. There's someone that's got 8-hour videos that are just killing it right now. So down the road, you can look into that kind of stuff, but get started. Just get started with something. A simple face channel will get you your foot in the door. You're going to learn so much doing a face channel that when you go to do your faceless stuff, it makes it so much more easier for you to know what you're doing, to get where you want to really go to. And with the way things are right now with the economy, and who knows what's going to happen next. There's some shake. This is, what is this? This is January the 26th. This video is being done right now, January 26th. So if you know what's going on in the news on January the 26th, 2025, This world we're living in right now is different. It's not the world I was raised in. So prepare yourself. This might be a way to do something to get you by in a couple of years that you might be needing. So take advantage of what YouTube's offering, and take advantage of the AIs, because every day there's a new AI or something being added somewhere. You see if you're on YouTube much, you see the ads coming up every so often for it. So get involved, get off the couch, or get on the couch and do this. This is my future, and it's easy to make it your future too. So don't hesitate to get off there and do it. Get out there and do it, because it's made it simple for those that want to do it. So I'm gonna let you go with this little short one today. Have a good one, guys. See you later. Bye.